I can still hear the sound of his cry. It was sharp, broken, and filled with pain. And the worst part? I laughed. I didn't mean to be cruel, but I laughed. That moment is burned into my memory because it changed the way I see people, pain, and myself. It happened back in school. I was a teenager, full of energy, always wanting to look funny, to impress my friends, to be the loud one in the room. We were in the schoolyard, the usual noisy afternoon break. Kids were running, chasing balls, sharing snacks, laughing about silly things. And then it happened. One boy, not really part of the popular group, tripped hard. He fell face first on the rough cement. His books scattered everywhere. His knees scraped open. And before I even thought about it, I laughed. It wasn't just a small laugh. It was loud. It was mocking. And it drew other people's attention. Some kids looked at him with pity. Some rushed to help. But my laugh echoed louder than any of their kindness. I wanted to look cool. I wanted to act like his fall was entertainment. But when he lifted his face, covered in dust, with tears in his eyes, I felt something I didn't expect. Shame. He looked straight at me. Not at the kids who helped him. Not at the ones whispering. At me. His eyes said everything without a word. Why would you laugh at me? It wasn't anger. It wasn't hate. It was disappointment. He picked up his books slowly, his hands trembling. He limped away, and I kept standing there, pretending like I didn't care. But deep inside, I felt sick. The rest of the day, my friends joked about it. They repeated my laugh. They acted like I had made the moment funny. And for a while, I smiled along. I pretended it didn't bother me. But when I got home that evening, the picture of his hurt face stayed with me. I couldn't shake it off. For the first time, I started thinking about how much damage laughter can cause when it's pointed at someone else's pain. Days passed. The boy avoided me. Whenever we crossed paths, he looked down. And each time, I felt smaller and smaller. Then, one day, something happened that forced me to face the truth. I was in a rush, carrying my school bag and some food. I tripped over a loose stone and fell hard in front of everyone. The pain shot through my arm, and I couldn't get up right away. Guess what I heard? Laughter. Not from everyone, but from a few kids. And in that moment, I felt what that boy must have felt. Embarrassment. Loneliness. The sting of being mocked while in pain. That fall opened my eyes. It wasn't just about slipping or falling. It was about respect, dignity, and how fragile we all are. The next day, I found the boy I had laughed at. It wasn't easy. My chest was heavy. I kept thinking he would ignore me, or worse, lash out. But I walked up to him and said, "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have laughed. I was wrong." He didn't answer right away. He just looked at me with quiet eyes. Then he nodded and softly said, "It hurt." That was it. No anger. No revenge. Just the truth, it hurts. And that one line stayed with me forever. Since that day, I've seen pain differently. I've seen people trip, stumble, or struggle. And each time, I remember what it felt like to be laughed at. Now, instead of laughing, I reach out. I ask, "Are you okay?" I will try to help. Because pain is not entertainment. Pain is human. And one day, it could be mine again. When I laughed at someone's pain, I thought it made me look funny. I thought it made me fit in. But in truth, it made me cruel. It took falling myself to realize that mocking someone else doesn't lift you higher. It drags you lower. So now, whenever I hear someone stumble or cry out, I remember that boy's eyes and his quiet words. It hurt. And I've made a promise to myself. Never again. Because respect costs nothing. But the scars of mockery can last forever. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs button for more stories like this.